Hello everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to this little bonus video for this week. This video I just want to talk about a upcoming title from Marvel, which I have to say is leaving me a little bit baffled, and that title is The New Warriors. So firstly, who are the New Warriors? Well, the original team started out in 89-90 and it was a group of teenage or young superheroes. You had Firestar, Namorita, Speedball, Kid Nova, Marvel Boy and Night Thrasher, and they were like the cool kids, they were the cool superhero kids. And since then they've had several other members and several other runs of the title, some more or less successful than others. But now we have got a new run of the title coming out, and yeah, it's leaving me a little bit baffled, I have to say. So the background to the new run is that there is a law which is going to make it illegal to be a superhero if you're under the age of, I think it's 21, unless you're sort of mentored by a government recognised superhero. So if Captain America is mentoring you, that's fine. If you're doing your own thing, that's not. So some of the previous members of New Warriors are now going to be mentoring a whole bunch of new teenage superhero characters. Now, I quite like that idea, that whole backdrop to it all, but it's the new characters that are just kind of baffling me a bit. Now, the writer, Daniel Kibblesmith, he's basically ignored all the established Marvel characters and he's come up with 5 brand new characters. So that's fine, nothing wrong with that. Let's take a little look at the new team though and see what you think. So we'll start with the character that I think is actually most interesting, and he is called B Negative. Now, when he's younger, he receives a rogue blood transfusion, whatever a rogue blood transfusion is. They don't know who from. They think it's from Michael Morbius, also known as Morbius the Living Vampire. And we've actually got a Morbius film due out at some point. It looks pretty cool. There are trailers for it on YouTube. If I can, I will put a link to one in the description and go and check it out and let me know what you think. But this character, they think, had a rogue blood transfusion from Michael Morbius, and so he now has kind of vampire-y type powers. And he's called B Negative because B Negative is a blood group and he's a vampire, and he's also a teenager, so B Negative. So I thought he might be quite interesting. Next up, we have got Trailblazer. Now, Trailblazer, first of all, she doesn't look like your typical kind of superhero character, so fine, nothing wrong with that. She gets her powers from a magic backpack of divine origin that she inherits from her grandfather. Now, what on earth is a magic backpack of divine origin? It sounds like the sort of thing that Loki and Thor took their packed lunch to school in when they went to Asgard school. I don't know. I'm not sure what powers the magic backpack has either. I've read things that say it can open portals or wormholes. I don't know. We shall have to wait and see exactly what it does do. Now, the next 2 characters are siblings. They are twins. They are brother and sister. The male character can create protective force fields, but only to use for other people. The female character, she can create these sort of kung fu throwing stars, which are razor sharp, but each one of them is not shaped like a star, it is shaped like a snowflake. So these 2 are called Safe Space and Snowflake. Okay, couple of other things about them. Firstly, the writer describes the male character as a stereotypical jock. Now, he doesn't mean someone from Scotland. He means one of these people. They're like a stereotypical male athlete. I think that's the definition. One of these guys that's into sort of sport, and keep fit and keeping in shape, and they play football or hockey, that kind of character. Now, I'm not an expert, but when I look at this character, he's not what I would think of as a stereotypical jock. Let's take a quick look at him again. He's got his pink hair, he's got his little lycra outfit on, and he's got his sort of thigh socks on. Now, if people want to dye their hair pink, nothing wrong with that. If people want to run around in little lycra outfits, nothing wrong with that. He is not what I would have thought of as a stereotypical jock. Again, baffling. Now, the female character, the sister, firstly, she's non-binary. Apparently she identifies as non-binary, so you're not supposed to call her her or she. You're supposed to call Snowflake them or they. I think that's how that works. So, okay. Now, the other thing with them is, as I said, they are brother and sister. Let's take a little look at the picture of them on the cover. Well, they look very fond of each other. Now, where I come from, this would be referred to as possibly looking a little bit dodgy. Maybe it's a twin thing. I don't know. Now, the final character is called Screen Time. And his superpower is that he is always connected to the net. He is permanently online. How is this a superpower? What's he going to do? They're all in a big fight with Dr. Octopus, and he says, "Okay, Dr. Octopus, if you don't stop what you're doing, I'm going to go on your TikTok account and delete all your videos." How is being online a superpower? It's not a superpower. I know people that are always online already. It is not a superpower. Again, baffled. However, I have to say, this character has one of the best stupid origin stories I have ever heard, okay? Comic book characters, we know some of them have somewhat silly origins. You know, some schoolboy gets bitten by a radioactive spider, he gets the powers of a spider and he becomes Spider-Man. The same spider also bites one of his classmates. She gets spider powers and she becomes Silk. Some character stands next to a load of chemicals. A bolt of lightning comes through the window and hits them. He becomes the fastest man alive. Okay? Silly origins sometimes. This character, Screen Time, he's got one of the best, silliest origins I've ever heard. He gains his powers when, as a child, he is accidentally exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. I'll just say that again, in case you think you misheard me. Experimental internet gas. Accidentally exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. What is internet gas, experimental or otherwise? I did not realise gas was an integral part of the internet. I thought it was more electrical. What do I know? Again, baffled. Now, there is a trailer for the title in which the creator and writer tells you all about, you know, the new characters and the new title. I will put a link to the video in the description. Go and have a look, check it out. Let me know what you think, because, as I said, I'm just kind of baffled. I'm baffled by the new title rather than excited and pumped to read the first issue. Go and check it out. Let me know what you think. In the meantime, however, hit the thumbs up below, hit the notification bell, and if you don't want to miss out on whatever else I get up to, baffled or otherwise, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.